So welcome back. Now we want to talk about dealing with an amazing boss. Many times we talk about the boss that is stressing us out and the one that they seem to get a lot of airtime. But what about the bosses that give us their best? Do we give them our best as well? How do we treat them? So let's talk about them. First and foremost, this is your amazing boss. Sometimes you have an amazing boss, you just don't know it. Because sometimes you don't give him or her enough ammunition to support you. What do I mean by that? You just finished a course. I did that recently. You finished a course and you just assume that your boss should know. Send your boss an email. Tell your boss that, oh, I just completed this course. For example, for me, I told my boss I've completed this course and it's happened to me time and over again. And then my boss now begins to look for opportunities for me because of the course I've completed. And that's because I gave him or her enough ammunition to be able to use that information, help in a way that is helpful. In some other instances, it's in your career development plan. Write something in, let your boss know what you expect of him or her, and then before you say, oh, my boss doesn't like me, or my boss is wicked, or my boss plays favorites, have you given him or her enough ammunition to be on your own side? Or do you just assume that they will not be on your side? So, the second point is more or less related to this, which is carry your boss along as you get more skills, more certifications, etc. Carry your boss along. Don't keep your boss in the dark and then come back and tell us that your boss does not like you. You're not being accountable and it's not fair. The other thing, don't throw your boss under the bus. What do I mean by that? Things did not go quite well. Let's even say that it was your boss that gave you the instruction and it didn't work quite well. Don't let your first response be, oh, it's he or her that told me to do it. There's a way that it will come across as being adversarial, and there's a case where you know that, okay, your boss is just trying to throw you under the bus, in which case you can speak up in your own defense. But don't be the first person to say, my boss said so, and that's why it went bad. I'm not sure if I'm communicating this correctly, but let me give another example. Your boss gives you the opportunity to join a meeting that you otherwise would not have joined. So you are there, and then let's say someone is in that meeting tearing your boss down, talking about, let's say he or she, I don't even know why he or she got the role. I think you're more competent. You should have been the one to be put in the role. Don't fall into that trap and then join them and then start bad-mouthing your boss. You are not being wise, because it will come back to hurt you. And I'm saying this now because I've been in the position of that boss where someone felt like she could undermine me. And so the word is undermine. Don't undermine your boss. That's the word. So there are cases where maybe your boss made wrong decisions. You should speak in such a way that it doesn't put you at loggerheads with your boss. Don't let people use you to gather information about your boss. Don't let people use you to be the one that will pull him or her down. Don't be that person. You are being toxic. And so it's not your boss that is being toxic, it's you. You are the one that is being toxic. And it brings me to the next point, which is be tactful. In dealing with your boss, in giving reports to your boss, don't go to your boss and be gossiping about other people. Don't be that toxic team member, because we all like to talk about how the workplace was toxic for us and all of that, but sometimes we don't talk about how we contributed to the toxicity. So don't make your amazing boss have to wonder why he or she begin to regret being amazing. Be the one that they want to do things with. Then I also said share opportunities with your boss. Because if you build the relationships, if you're expecting your boss to share things with you, and particularly if you have bosses that do share with you, reciprocate. You found you know that your boss is, well, I'm going to use this because I know. You know your boss is into, your boss's hobby is cooking. For example, you learn about a cooking competition. Tell your boss, oh, over the weekend I saw this on Instagram. It's about cooking. Is this something you may be interested in? And it also builds your bond. So you don't have to be gossiping about your office mates in order to build a bond with your boss. You can talk about your boss's hobbies. You can talk about your boss's shared interests. Share information as you see them. And then if you've had an amazing boss that is leaving the organization or you are leaving, and so you have an ex-boss that was or is amazing, connect with them on LinkedIn. Don't let the relationship end because you left the job. You can leave the job without leaving your boss. And for me, that brings me to the end of my counsel for today. All the best.